Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. We are pleased to be joined by the new boys basketball coach at Linden High School. That, of course, is Brenden Miller. How's it going, buddy?
Good, Casey. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you. This is a little weird for me because I remember covering you when you were in high school, and now you are a head coach. So I know that getting this job at I know you're only 22 years old, but getting a varsity job at this age, did you ever thought that this could happen?
Um, you know, I I never really thought about it, if I'm being completely honest. I just got into coaching naturally, just from people reaching out wanting me to get into coaching. So, I think once I got into coaching, I got 2 years of JV underneath my belt. I realized, coaching basketball is what I wanted to do, and then of course it's just naturally happened. So, I'm thankful, but I wouldn't say it was something I seen my eyes in the horizon so fast. But
Yeah.
thankful for sure.
Okay. So let's go back. I think we need to go back a little bit. So when you graduated high school, and kind of, I know you're a Linden grad. You've had a lot of success here,
Mhm.
on the football field and on the basketball court
Yeah.
and all that stuff. But kind of talk about what, because it was kind of just a lot of things coming about since you graduated, and what led you into where you are now.
Yeah, so when I graduated high school in Linden in 2020, I originally was committed to go play some football. That didn't end up working out, and I ended up taking the JUCO route and playing a couple years of basketball at Alpena Community College. When I came home, Linden just hired a new football coach, Chad Williams. He's had his third year now. So Chad heard about me through some other people and asked me to come start coaching football. From there, then the JV basketball position opened up. We just hired a new varsity basketball coach, Matt Christensen, who just previously left. And naturally, I had a good, first year coaching football, and people vouched for me to get the JV job, and we're kind of off and running.
Yeah. Okay. So, a lot of people were like, oh, you were hired at 20 years old to get the JV job. What was that like? And what was it just like dealing with that? Because you're dealing with things that a lot of 20-year-olds don't have to do,
Yeah,
that usually don't deal with.
yeah. I think I was 19 when I first got hired, turned 20 in the middle of the season. But like I said, basketball is something I've always known. I've been around my whole life, so I never really, thought twice about it. I definitely had the right people in my circle to reach out for advice, but Linden's kind of home to me. I know the people, I know the community, so I wasn't nervous. I was just more excited.
Yeah. And I know you literally do not live that far away from the high school.
No,
You
nope.
can, you can literally throw a rock and
I remember the days my dad said, "Get your bike going. You gotta go to practice." So I get my bike and go up to practice. So don't live too far.
yeah. So let's, going through that, and when this job opened up, when of course Matt Christensen took the job at Ortonville Brandon,
Yeah,
did you see an opportunity that, what was it like? Did you want to go for this job?
yeah. I think when Matt first told me, unfortunately, he was leaving Linden. I was definitely kind of caught off guard, but um, he told me right away that he wanted me to be the next coach here in Linden. So, at first, I think some people were maybe not, opposed to the idea because of my age, but I reached out to the right people. I advocated with my voice. I was, active in the community, and, proved and showed Linden why I wanted this job. And I think my passion for the community and the kids kind of shone brightly through my personality. And, I think they are willing to take a risk for me.
Yeah. So, what you've done with the JV program, coming in and, I think you said, came in from previously winning 4 games before you got there. I think turning around and believe winning 16 or 15, I want to say.
Yeah, when I first took over the JV job, the previous freshman coach, and some other people are basically telling me, good luck with the group you've had. Luckily, we had a couple, we had a freshman get pulled up to the JV team, and I told the boys, listen, the talent might not be here, but we're not just going to get out work. We're going to do the little things right. We're going to work harder than the other kids, the other opponents, and that's what they did. Those kids went on to win 15 games and have a big turnaround. So those kids are now seniors and have kind of laid the blueprint of hard work to beat talent. So. I've been very fortunate over the last 2 years at the JV level to have some good talent, but the right people in my corner to help me.
Yeah. Okay. So I know it's been a few weeks since, obviously when going through the hiring process and getting the
Mhm.
job. And but during that time you've also been very busy about putting a staff together. How is that going?
Yeah, so obviously, have to replace me as a JV coach, and then me as a varsity assistant coach. So, still looking for one more varsity assistant coach. We have a previous alumni, Eli. Eli Beal was my JV assistant last year, previously the eighth grade coach the year prior. So he's another young guy that's been in it, and he's been around me, and he knows the system, the way I teach, the philosophies, and he knows the type of person I am behind it. So, all is well there. Pretty much got our freshman spot locked up. So we got a couple more holes to fill, hopefully here pretty quickly, and find guys that have the same values as me and passion behind Linden and the kids.
You mentioned Eli. If I'm correct, Eli was also your teammate as
Yep.
well. What's
Yeah.
that like to have someone like that? But I know you and Eli have known each other for quite a bit of time. But what's it like to you two were teammates, but now you two are also coaching together as well. What is
Yeah.
like the relationship between the two of you?
Um, you know, Eli and I started playing basketball together in third grade, right? We got to grow up together in the gym together. We got to watch Linden struggle and then be the kids, the groups that turn Linden around, bring Linden basketball back. So, for us, we just have so much passion behind Linden, and we know what Linden can be, and we know what Linden will be. So, I think that's most importantly. We just share so much values and passion behind Linden. And then secondly, he just knows me, right? He knows when to say the things, when the correct things. He knows when I'm upset. He knows when to step up and in the right situation. So it's just nice having a guy like that to lean on and trust. That's one of those biggest things for me as a new coach is just having guys in your corner that that are trustworthy like Eli.
Putting a schedule together. That's another thing that I know you've been working on as well.
Yeah.
Also, we've got the summer program going and stuff.
Yep.
What in terms of the schedule, where are we at toward that? I mean, obviously the conference schedule has already
Yeah.
been filled out. It's just got to figure out where and when you're playing. But
Right.
conference teams, have you reached out to a few coaches?
Yeah, I've reached out to some few coaches. Some coaches have reached out to me. Eli and I have sat down and kind of started talking about who we want to play. We definitely want to play some talent early on. We want to get tested early and often to find out our flaws so we can work on those flaws. And when we get into towards the end of the year, we can hit the ground running. So, big thing is just development over summer, fundamentals, and getting shots up, getting these kids in the gym, and then hopefully get the schedule here figured out pretty quickly.
Yeah. In terms of a summer thing, what's that deal there, and what is your summer going to be like? Because you're going to be pretty busy these next few months.
Yeah, so obviously we're playing a lot of the big team camps, the D Zone, the Oakland Universities, SCSU. We got a little inter squad scrimmage with Nick Olson over there at Howell. So, definitely want to get games in. But for me and for Eli, I think what we're focused on is fundamentals, right? Kids in the gym, getting better at basketball. Playing basketball is great, and I think getting teams playing as together and getting chemistry is vital. But also getting in the gym, working on your craft, working on the moves, working on the little things that you forget to lose over time, but by just playing games. So big fundamental guy, big focus on the little things, and full summer ahead.
Yeah. Also, it's just like, obviously there's a lot of other things doing as head coach, all the administrative stuff and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like this. What has that been like to get used to? Because some of it you had to do as a player as well.
Yeah, I mean, so being a JV coach and the varsity assistant coach, all I had to do was show up and coach, right? Practice plans, and film studies, stuff like that. You don't got to worry about a lot of the background stuff. JV level, you do a little bit with the smaller team, but be at the head of the varsity level, just figuring out staffs, and then meeting with the middle school kids, varsity kids, figuring out youth camps, stuff like that. It's been busy, but I enjoy it. Right, it's part of the job. It's something you expect to do, and I'm looking forward to learning. And growing along the way. So it's definitely a learning curve.
Has a lot of your teammates reached out to you and since you've gotten this job?
Yeah, for sure. I've talked to a lot of my former teammates, and been in their ear about getting back into coaching, and it's being a young coach, it's kind of nerve wracking to get into coaching, but I think I can convince a couple of those guys to come back, and once they get into the atmosphere of coaching, it's addicting, so it's hard to get away from.
Really. In terms of what comes next, I know you've also been a football assistant as well. Or is that
Yeah,
you're still going to continue doing that?
yeah. I spent the last year being the varsity defensive backs coach, so um, you know I definitely still gonna be part of the program. I don't know where that fits yet. Me and Chad and I have sat down and talked a little bit about it, but being at Linden, you're a small school. A lot of your basketball kids play football. A lot of your football kids play basketball. So definitely not gonna be a stranger, and definitely gonna find a spot in the program wherever that is. So I'm excited.
Yeah. And then also just you've got a lot of talent coming back. I mean, you get to work with a lot of these kids, but the thing is, it's like you're not coming in here not knowing anybody. You know pretty much everybody.
Yeah, I mean every kid I've coached, right? So except for Jace Petrie, has been a varsity the whole 3 years I've been here, but I've worked on the varsity level. But all these underclassmen, the JV, seniors and juniors, I've all worked with them, right? They've gone through my philosophies, they've gone through my offense, my defense philosophies, and they're working hard. So I'm it's my biggest goal as a coach is to walk in the gym and not skip a beat, not act like this is a whole big change, but to grow on some things, change some things a little bit to what my liking is, and then just hit the ground running and keep improving.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously, we'll get more into the guys on the team and all that
Yeah,
once the season gets closer. But
for sure.
yeah, but it'll be fun to watch. But Brenden, thank you so much for the time
Yeah,
as well. Thanks for coming on here, and we'll talk to you as the year gets closer.
I appreciate it. I look forward to having you come out to watch the Linden Eagles play some basketball.